I am again, filming in a car. I wasn't going to point it out, but here I am pointing it out. This is my life right now, finding and fitting in moments to make a video whenever and wherever possible. This isn't even my car, and I was not planning to film today. But due to a series of events, some unfortunate, some not, here I am. So the other day it crossed my mind that it might be interesting to talk tattoos. And I haven't quite thought out the title yet, but more specifically, how do I feel about my tattoos years later, now that I'm older, now that I'm in my 30s, a mom? Because one of the main questions I would get asked when I first started becoming heavily tattooed is, don't you think you'll regret them when you're older? Or more direct, people would just say, you're definitely going to regret them. So a decade later, and actually a little more than a decade because I got my first tattoo when I was 18 and I am now 31, I'm also in a completely different place and stage of life. Do I have regrets? Do I feel any differently? Yes and no. Right off, the one and only tattoo I regret getting is the name in my chest piece. If you've been with me since the very early days, then you know it's my former best friend's name. I hate to say ex-best friend because that sounds so harsh. My childhood best friend, and we are no longer in each other's lives. No, I don't want to talk about it. Sorry, I know I am very open and share a lot on here, but some things, especially when they involve other people and they have their own feelings and their own side of the story, it's just best it remain private. Now, if you would ask me, do you regret any of your tattoos? Probably even just as recently as a year ago, I would have said no. The only thing I regret is placement. Like, I think if I had gotten her name somewhere else that wasn't so visible or in every photo and video ever, pretty much, I don't think I'd regret it. I loved her dearly. She played such a huge role in my life. And to me, I think one of the cool things about tattoos is they tell a story. They actually show your journey. You get different pieces for different people or memories or something you're really into. And you get them at a certain time in your life, and then you have them forever from that time. The lighting was getting a little weird, so I put the sunshade up. Anyways, I do plan to get it changed. I've just been busy, although I have gotten new tattoos recently, but that's just because it's so much more exciting to get new pieces than to touch up or fix old ones. I actually talked to the artist who did my olive and QPK and started my leg piece. She has a really good idea for how to cover it and change it. As far as all my other tattoos, I still love them. No other regrets. The only thing, and this isn't a regret, but I have unfinished stuff still from like years ago. I have space in the middle of my left arm, the ditch and elbow area. It just feels incomplete. My chest piece just did not heal well originally, and I never got it touched up. And then on my right arm, I have these stars and dot fillers that only are on the bottom half. I'd like to bring it all the way up. And then my newest tattoo, which is covered up right now, my leg piece, I started, I think, in October. The artist and I have talked a little bit about getting me back in there. It just hasn't happened yet. So do I feel any differently about having tattoos, being tattooed now that I'm older? Here's the thing, and I never thought this would happen. My younger, angstier self would probably be shocked. I have had moments in certain situations where I feel like I should cover them up, or I'm glad they're covered up. As you may or may not know, I'm a brand ambassador for the Children's Museum of Phoenix, which is a totally rad place to take your kids, visit, go as a family. Olive and I have been going there for a year now. We go often, sometimes weekly, definitely as much as we can in the summer. They started a brand ambassador program towards the end of last year and asked if I'd like to join, and I said, hell yeah. And sometimes they have local news channels come to spread the news about them. And a couple of times they've asked Olive and I to go and be in the shoots. It's been a neat experience, and what parent doesn't think it's at least a little exciting to see your adorable kid on TV? But I had moments where I would think, like, maybe the news channel doesn't want footage with me in it because it's not a good look for them or a look they're going for. You know, they're trying to showcase cute little kids in a playful and educational environment. And you know, some people have thoughts and preconceived ideas about tattooed people and, oh my gosh, a tattooed mom. It's been a weird feeling. I mean, I visited churches, gone to work events, gone to other people's work events as their guest. It's never really fazed me before. Usually, I forget I even have tattoos. They're such a part of me now. And I want to clarify, the news channels never said anything. It's nothing the Children's Museum has ever put out there. I mean, they reached out to me to be someone to represent them and help promote them. They asked me to come to the shoots. Granted, it is more about Olive and her cuteness, but we're kind of a package deal. And then the other time I felt it is going to some mommy and me places. There are some, as I would describe, fancier spots around town. And again, I'm sure no one is making me feel this way, but there have been times where I will suddenly feel very aware of my look and how I look. And it's suddenly like I don't want to make the people around me feel uncomfortable. And it's a crappy feeling, especially for something that is a part of me. I would say it's a part of who I am. It's something I love. I wouldn't have gotten them otherwise. It's art and expression, and it's a new thing I'm going through. Yeah, sure, I felt it in other ways. When you're new and people don't like that you're younger or female, or both, that you're a young female. And do I even need to start on the race thing? Let's not make this heavier than it needs to be. Or maybe that's another video. I've had to deal with being a female minority my whole damn life. Those are things I didn't choose, but I definitely chose my tattoos. And it's weird to now be feeling some shame, ashamed of something I've always been so proud of. I've always worn them like a badge, and now sometimes I feel like they should be hidden. And I'm still working through this one. There's no resolution or epiphany at the end of this video. I just thought I'd share. I'd love to know your thoughts, opinions, any stories. Please leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see more of me and my tattoos and my cute daughter. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.